To Disney or not to Disney? That is the question. But the answer is easy. Disney all the way. Some of the decisions you have to make during your Disney vacation are pretty straightforward. Where will you eat? Where will you sleep? What days will you visit which parks? But some decisions sneak up on you and can potentially catch you off guard. Hey everyone, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog, and today I'm talking about the decisions you didn't realize you'd need to make in Disney World. Planning a Disney World trip takes a whole lot of work. Whether you're someone who likes to create detailed itineraries or fly by the seat of your pants, these particular decisions aren't usually going to be on your radar, but they should be, and I'm here to tell you why. So let's get started. The first decision, and maybe the most expensive decision you're going to have to make in Disney World that you didn't realize you need to make, is paying for a shorter line. Yeah, did you really think I'd sneak a video in here without giving another shout out to Disney Genie? If you aren't familiar with this new service, the Disney Genie is an extension of the My Disney Experience app. It helps guests plan and maximize their days in the parks. There is a free version of this service, but if you want advanced options that help you skip over the main ride lines like Disney's old FastPass service did, then you'll need to upgrade to Disney Genie Plus. For $15 per person per day, you'll be able to choose one ride at a time to skip over the main queue line and enter the Lightning Lane path instead. You can use this service throughout the day from park opening to park close, but you can only book each ride once. If there's a super popular ride with a really long wait time that you're wanting to ride, you can pay for an individual attraction selection. Individual attraction selections, or fancy rides, as Molly likes to call them over on All Ears, are independently priced options for more of those top-tier Disney attractions. These include Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, Frozen Ever After, Flight of Passage, Expedition Everest, Space Mountain, and Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. Prices for these rides range from $7 to $15 depending on the time of day and the time of year. If this is something you decide to do, go ahead and download the Disney Genie and study up on the app and what it's like and what it has to offer. No use paying for something you're not sure how to use, right? Also, make sure to watch my previous Disney Genie videos that discuss all the ins and outs of this new techie feature for the Disney parks. Now, Disney's never had a pay-per-ride system in Disney World before, so this is definitely a new decision you maybe didn't expect. Next on our list is figuring out where to watch the fireworks. If you want to see Cinderella Castle's newest fireworks show, Disney Enchantment, in its entirety, then you'll need to be on Main Street, USA. That way, you get to watch not only the fireworks, but the projections on the castle as well, and on Main Street. This is probably still your best option if this is your first time seeing the show or going to Magic Kingdom. But if seeing the projections isn't a huge priority of yours, and you'd rather choose to watch the fireworks and avoid the massive crowds, then you've got a few options to choose from. If you're looking for a free option, you can watch the fireworks display from behind Cinderella Castle instead of in front of it. You'll have plenty of space to spread out, and you'll still get a clear view of the fireworks. If you go deeper into Fantasyland, you can hang out at the Tangled bathrooms and watch the show from there. It's honestly stunning to see the night sky light up between the lanterns hanging above the area. Or you could take your chances and try to catch the fireworks while you're on a ride, like Big Thunder Mountain Railroad or the People Mover. This option's a bit riskier though, because you never know how slow or fast a line is going to be. So if the stars somehow align in your favor, you might be able to catch a unique and breathtaking angle of the show from afar. But I'd say this advice is more for those who've seen Disney Enchantment before and are looking to experience it from an entirely new angle. There are a few options you can pay for as well to receive not just a great view of the fireworks, but also a bite to eat. Resort signature restaurants like Ohana at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort, Narcoossee's at Disney's Grand Floridian, and California Grill at Disney's Contemporary Resort all have dining areas with fireworks views. You may need to request prime viewing areas before your meals at Ohana, but Narcoossee's has a dock you can view the show from if you don't have a clear window seat. Now, if you're looking for a cheaper fireworks option at both of those resorts, since you're already paying the big bucks to stay at these deluxe rooms in the first place, they've got those too. If you're not looking to eat a huge meal just to get a good view of the show, you can also choose to watch Disney Enchantment from the Polynesian Village Resort beachside at no extra cost. Or over at Disney's Grand Floridian Resort, you can choose a counter service over a table service restaurant. Gasparilla Island Grill near the marina not only has a variety of quick service dinner options and desserts, but also has tables available that will give you a crystal clear angle for the fireworks. But if you're looking for some high-end dining with your show, California Grill has an observation deck that you can walk out on and see the fireworks from during your meal. That 15-story deck definitely works in your favor here. You're going to get a nice, clear view of Magic Kingdom and Disney Enchantment. Each of the restaurants also pipes in the music from the production, which feels like the cherry on top of those super sweet views. Speaking of super sweet, fireworks dessert parties are back in the Magic Kingdom too. There are 3 options you can choose from, and each option takes place on the patio of Tomorrowland Terrace. The first choice is Disney Enchantment Pre-Party, where desserts are served before the show, and after noshing on your sweet treats, you'll be led over to the reserved viewing area at the Garden Plaza. The second option is the Disney Enchantment After Party, which is the Uno reverse card version of the pre-party, meaning you'll watch the show from the Garden Plaza, then you'll get to enjoy an array of desserts after. And the third option, which is also the most expensive option, is the Disney Enchantment Treats and Seats, where you'll be able to have your cake and eat it too, or rather you'll be able to sit back on the Tomorrowland Terrace patio and watch the show while also eating your desserts. Next on our list is figuring out if you should spend money on a lightsaber. That's right. This is the decision you now have to make if you're going to Disney World. May the Force be with you and also with your wallet, because especially if you decide to purchase a lightsaber straight from Pad 2 in Disney's Hollywood Studios, it's going to take a beating. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge has a couple of different options for you to choose from when it comes to purchasing an authentic lightsaber. Your first is over at Savi's Workshop, where you'll be able to customize your own lightsaber and be part of a hush-hush experience that has Star Wars and Disney fans alike scrambling to get their hands on a reservation before they're all booked up. To build a lightsaber here, you'll have to cough up $219 per person. Now, there's a slightly cheaper option over at Dok-Ondar's Den of Antiquities. You're not going to get a whole customization show as you would over at Savi's Workshop, but you won't have to fight for an online reservation to purchase one either. These pre-made lightsabers are called Legacy lightsabers. Each is an authentic replication of the lightsabers wielded by characters in the Star Wars movie franchise, like Kylo Ren, Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, Mace Windu, and more. These sabers range from $129 to $199. So there are pros and cons to both decisions. If you choose a saber at Savi's Workshop, you'll be able to customize it and be part of a super cool building experience. But you'll also have to try and make a reservation for the experience 60 days in advance. And even if you do try to make one that far out, there's still no guarantee you'll be able to book a reservation since this experience is so popular. Plus, the sabers here are a little more expensive. But if you choose a Legacy lightsaber, you won't have to make a reservation weeks in advance, and you'll be able to purchase an authentic lightsaber for less. The problem here is that you miss the whole building experience, so in some cases, you're paying only a little less for less. Another decision you didn't expect in Disney World is customizing your own treats. The Main Street Confectionery reopened right before the 50th anniversary kickoff, and we couldn't be happier to welcome it back home to Magic Kingdom. But now the Main Street Confectionery is putting the creative candy making process in your hands with a couple of their new customization options. The big one is their Kernel Kitchen, where you can pick and choose what type of toppings and syrup you want added to your bag of popcorn. First, you got to pick a popcorn base. You got your standard buttered popcorn, or you can choose something sweeter like caramel. Or if you're feeling extra colorful, you can pick the rainbow popcorn or the cheese popcorn, which is just as fun to look at as it is to eat. Next, you can select a syrup, which prompts the question, which is better, the milk or dark chocolate syrup drizzled on top? There is no right answer, but I'm still curious. And finally, you can top it all off with toppings. Think the toppings that you'd find at an ice cream shop, like Oreos, pretzels, jelly beans, marshmallows, just those mix-ins, the good stuff. You can choose to add 2 mix-ins and 1 syrup for $12.99 or 3 mix-ins and 1 syrup for $13.99. All additional toppings are priced at $1 each. Looking for something less popcorny and more M&M styled? Then head on over to the Color Kitchen section of the confectionery, where you can mix and match different Mars candies into your own colorful bag. Outside of Magic Kingdom, Disney Springs also has a treat customization shop, Goofy's Candy Company. However, the Create Your Own Treat offering is not available as of the release of this video, but that doesn't mean it won't be back around in the near future. In the past, guests could come here to customize several treats like caramel apples, pretzel rods, marshmallows, Rice Krispie treats, shaped like Mickey of course, and various cookie flavors. All you'd have to do is fill out a form, check which treat you wanted customized, pick a chocolate dipping flavor, select a topping, and then choose a drizzle. Even though I love being able to create my treats as if I'm in a choose your own adventure, Goofy's Candy Co. is still currently a great sweet treat pickup stop with their pre-made offerings. Though you can't customize them, you can still order all those treats I mentioned from the display case, and they'll still be just as decorative and close to as delicious. Or you can choose some of the bag candy like Goofy's Sour Balls, Mike and Ike's Gourmet Jelly Beans, dozens upon dozens of other different candies for when you're on the go and your kids just can't survive without a bag of candy. Okay, this next decision is kind of a sneaky one on Disney's marketing side, and that's booking your next vacation before your current one ends. So I'd like to introduce you to the bounce back offer. We've talked about it on the channel a few times before. Now, it doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes Disney will leave one of those special offers in your hotel room that basically says, hey, if you book another Disney vacation while you're in the middle of your current Disney vacation, then you'll be able to save so much money on your next vacation. Didn't hotels used to leave mints on pillows? Can I get a mint instead? All jokes aside, though, this can sometimes be really beneficial, especially if you really are already planning that next Disney vacation before the end of your current one. If you're feeling a little left out because you don't have a bounce back offer waiting in your Disney hotel room, you can do one of two things. One, you can dial 8844 on the phone in your hotel room, or you can call 407-939-1923 on your cell. If you do the second option, though, make sure you're currently checked into a Disney hotel. Otherwise, the bounce back offer won't be available for you. With that being said, don't feel pressured to make that decision if you don't feel comfortable deciding right now. This is just another tactic Disney uses to trick their guests into spending more money, as if I need a trick. Disney takes my money enough without the mind games. If you don't book your next vacation before your current one concludes, that doesn't mean you've missed out on your chance at a great vacation deal, though. Disney will put out hotel special offerings throughout the year. I keep up with them on the daily, and we always put them in the blog post. We always put them in the newsletter. So if you want to keep up with them too, just sign up for that newsletter. I promise to drop any deals I find right into your inbox. Now, this next one you might not think is that big a deal, but for me, every single trip, it's a big deal. Once upon a time, Disney hotels used to give all guests little bottles of their specialty shampoos, conditioners, and body washes, and lotions from their H2O Plus beauty collection, and it was wonderful. Nowadays, though, Disney hotels stock these toiletries in bigger bottles that are mounted on the shower walls, which is kind of a pain for two reasons. One, if you decide to take a bath, it's a chore to reach up and out of the tub each time you need to squirt a shampoo or conditioner. And two, you no longer have the ability to take those little bottles home with you after the trip, so no more smelling like Disney when you go back to reality. Now, this doesn't happen in all Disney hotels, but definitely happening in most of them. If this bums you out to the extreme, then I've got goodish news for you. You can still take these toiletries home for a price. Disney sells their H2O Plus beauty collection in the Disney hotel gift shops and on the Shop Disney website. Depending on what size bottle you decide to purchase, you can expect to pay around $20 to $30 per item. It's kind of a bummer these aren't always complimentary in the hotel rooms anymore, but it's nice to know you can still purchase them if you're wanting those sea salt and grapefruit Disney scents again. My advice, though, buy them online rather than in the Disney gift shops. You'll be more likely to find a deal, discount, or sale on Shop Disney that's going to make your overall purchase cheaper. If you do buy them in the gift shops, though, and you are an annual pass holder, just remember to use that discount. Okay, next on the list, we're staying at the hotels, and this is talking about pools. If you're planning a break day during your Disney trip to check out those hotel amenities, what you might not be planning for is what pool you're going to check out first. Disney hotels don't just offer up one pool. They've got lots. Some of them are heavily themed and include water slides like the Mardi Gras themed Doubloon Lagoon at Port Orleans French Quarter and the Lost City of Cibolo pool at Coronado Springs. And others are more chill, less themed, and are meant for soaking up those rays without all the ruckus. Maybe you just prefer lounging in one of the whirlpool spas. Decisions. Some Disney hotels even have multiple themed pools. Disney's Art of Animation has 3 themed pools, including the Big Blue Pool, inspired by Finding Nemo, the Cozy Cone Pool for all the Cars fans out there, and the Flippin' Fins Pool based around The Little Mermaid. Out of these 3 pools, the Big Blue Pool is the biggest and is actually the biggest pool on Disney property. Fun fact. However, it can get pretty busy, especially on those super hot weekend afternoons. The Cozy Cone Pool and the Flippin' Fins Pool aren't as spacious, but they still provide fun Disney theming and can be less busy at times. The great thing is that whatever pool you decide on isn't going to be the wrong choice. If you're not vibing with a particular pool, whether it be too packed or too quiet, you can always try out one of the others. That being said, planning on which pool you want to try out first can be beneficial, particularly if you're at a bigger hotel where everything's more spread out. For example, Disney's Port Orleans Riverside has 5 leisure pools and 1 themed pool called Old Man Island. If you start your swimming adventures at Old Man Island, then you'll be near the center of the hotel. However, if your hotel room is located in the Alligator Bayou, more on the edge of the hotel, then you'll have some leisure pools right there for you to jump into without having to walk very far to access them. Again, you may not get the theming and fun water-based activities like you get at Old Man Island, but these leisure pools won't be as busy, and they may be super close to where you're staying, so you can quickly slip back into your hotel room if you forgot something. I know, this is stressing you out, isn't it? So many pools, so little time. Just one thing to remember though, you cannot pool hop in Disney World, meaning if you're staying at a particular hotel, you can't go to another hotel and use their pools. Gotta stick with where you are. Okay, next on our list, let's talk about food. You gotta choose between dining reservations or eating in a lounge. Here at DFB, the team and I stress the importance of making those dining reservations for the places you really want to eat. But if you're wanting to save a buck or two, you might want to consider a restaurant's lounge over their dining room. Disney restaurants that have a nearby or attached lounge not only provide an array of specialty cocktails, beers, and wines, but also include food on their menus a lot of the time that comes directly from their table service counterpart. What's even better is that the food is sometimes less expensive than what you get it for at the restaurant itself. In Epcot, you can visit the Space 220 Lounge and still experience the out-of-this-world atmosphere and elevator ride without the prefix menu prices. Over at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge, you've got the African-inspired flavors of Sanaa in table service and in lounge form. If you're not wanting to be scolded by your cousins, aka the cast member servers at 50's Primetime Cafe in Hollywood Studios, you can always hit up the Tune-In Lounge instead. And if you're wanting that good old Hollywood Brown Derby famous Cobb salad, you can order it at either the restaurant or the outdoor lounge. The great part about lounges is you don't need a reservation to drink and dine. However, that's also a downside. Lounges are first come, first serve, so more popular destinations that need a walk-up wait list, like the Space 220 Lounge or Nomad Lounge at Animal Kingdom, can fill up early, leaving you out of luck. And as I mentioned earlier, lounges will not feature all the options of their restaurant counterpart, only a few, so check the lounge menus ahead of time and see if the thing you were wanting to order at the table service restaurant is also available at the lounge before you make the decision not to book a reservation. There are an equal amount of pros and cons here, so double check the lounge menus, hours of operation, and prices before deciding if that's a route you want to take. Heading back to the hotels for this next decision, choosing a channel to play on repeat in your hotel room. Hear me out. When you start to settle into your Disney hotel, part of the process is deciding what's going to be on TV for you to play over and over and over and over again. Sure, you can pick one of the regular cable channels, but you're in Disney, so you might prefer picking one of their specialty stations instead. When you first turn on your resort TV, you'll be brought to the Disney World Today channel, which plays upbeat instrumentals from classic Disney movies while looping through the park hours and activities for the day. You could stay there, sure. You could flip over to Disney's Must-Dos, where you can learn more about the best offerings on Disney property. Or maybe you want to get pumped up to ride Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway in Disney's Hollywood Studios by watching the new animated Mickey shorts. I say new, but they've been around for several years now. They'll just always feel new to me. And on the same channel as the new animated Mickey shorts, you'll also be able to find bedtime stories in the evenings to help kiddos fall asleep while listening to retellings of their favorite Disney stories. Or maybe you want to be safety smart with Timon and Pumbaa. There's an entire channel dedicated to Timon and Pumbaa, providing kiddos and grown-ups too tips on how to prevent the spread of germs, be courteous to one another, and follow instructions. And there are several other options you can choose from too, from continuous Disney Vacation Club advertisements to the Disney Channel itself. But now you know how serious this decision is. Truly, truly serious stuff here, like the fate of your entire vacation probably depends on it. But here's something a little less stressful: posing for your PhotoPass pictures. Okay, this is basically your memories for the rest of your life of this vacation, so maybe it is a little anxiety-inducing. Say cheese. If you want a professional picture with you and your travel party at the Disney parks, then Disney's PhotoPass service is what you're going to want to buy. You just got to find a PhotoPass photographer who'll be dressed in khaki shorts and have a nice camera draped around their neck, and they'll be able to snap a photo of you and your group in front of an iconic and or picturesque Disney World background. Smiling for a PhotoPass picture is easy, but what else can you do to add variety to your memory maker photos? Flash a peace sign, pretend to strangle each other, have a cutesy kissy photo with your partner. If you don't have a game plan before you reach one of Disney's many PhotoPass locations, then your PhotoPass photographer might already have some ideas for you. They may tell you to throw your hands in the air like you just don't care, or make silly faces. They may also sprinkle in some pixie dust of their own by adding a magic shot to your picture. Magic shots are fun little Disney add-ons photoshopped into your pictures. If a PhotoPass photographer asks you to hold out your hand, then you'll definitely want to check out what special edition was made to your picture after they uploaded it to your Memory Maker account on the My Disney Experience app. You might be holding Tinkerbell or Remy or a special treat. There are tons of specialty magic shots that your PhotoPass photographer could add. Some of those are seasonal, like the Madame Pagoda magic shot at the Haunted Mansion, or the 50th anniversary confetti magic shot in front of Cinderella Castle. Just keep in mind that your PhotoPass photographer isn't your personal photographer, so don't request a ton of shots and hold up the line for other guests. PhotoPass stations are supposed to be quick and only take a moment or two to capture. Now, fun PhotoPass opportunities don't just happen when both feet are planted safely on the ground. PhotoPass photos are also taken on select Disney World rides. If you want to know where those ride cameras are ahead of time, then here are a few to keep in mind. At Space Mountain in Magic Kingdom, the camera will blind you at the end of the Star Tunnel. This one takes me off guard frequently. I usually have a what's going on face in my photo, even though I know the picture's coming up. Frozen Ever After in Epcot has a photo opportunity as you go down the tiny drop hill directly past Marshmallow and the Snow Geese. One of my favorite PhotoPass opportunities is on Expedition Everest, Legend of the Forbidden Mountain, located in Animal Kingdom, and the picture happens while you're going down the big hill. You'll have plenty of time to prepare for it, especially if you're seated toward the back of the ride. But my honest to goodness favorite PhotoPass ride op is over at Hollywood Studios on Rock and Roller Coaster because it happens right at the 0 to 60 launch, so expect to see some authentic reactions from you and your travel party. Now, it's not a bad idea to study up on all the different PhotoPass stations around the parks. You can learn more about the locations and opportunities on our website. And finally, the decision you didn't expect you'd need to make in Disney World, planning your entire future. You thought you were going on vacation, eh? Psych. Now you got to decide your entire future in a matter of seconds. Yes, I'm being dramatic, but I'm not lying to you. When you ride Spaceship Earth, you'll not only learn about the wonderful world of communication and its advancements, but you'll also be able to answer a series of questions to figure out what the future may have in store for you. This is just a fun little activity Disney added to the ride in 2008 to help guests pass the time as they travel down a dark, starry tunnel and back to Earth. Also, it's a big advertisement for Siemens. Questions include things like, what are you most interested in? How do you want to travel in the future? Do you want to live in the city or the country? Do you care about work or leisure more? The questions vary each time you ride. After you and your travel partner answer the questions on the screen in front of you, you'll be able to watch a short video of your future. You may be doing some high-tech surfing or fixing your partner's broken arm with a state-of-the-art medical equipment or flying to work in a hovercraft. Whatever happens, there's one thing you can guarantee for every guest's future, and that's a wonky in-ride photo. Your headshot's taken at the beginning of this ride so that it can be added to your animated Welcome to the Future video, but the picture always seems to come out kind of terrifying. Like you might be missing an eye or half your buddy's face might be cut off. There's really nothing you can do to fix this. It's just outdated camera technology. And this may have been something Disney was planning on fixing or taking out entirely when they originally announced that Spaceship Earth was going to be reimagined and updated. But that update's been shelved indefinitely, which is okay. Just means we get to spend a little more time with a classic ride through a little while longer. But I digress. We're talking about the future here and all the decisions that go along with it. So when you answer the questions on this ride, make sure to take turns answering with your on-ride partner. After all, it's their future too, whether their picture comes out wonky looking or not. And there you have it, the decisions you didn't realize you'd need to make in Disney World. Now, don't get me wrong, there's literally hundreds more. So there's a lot to consider when you're going to Disney World. That's why we have gajillions of videos on this channel. Now, some of these decisions are kind of silly, and some of them really will impact how you experience your Disney vacation. But either way, we got your back. If you want more advice on navigating the parks, decisions and all, download the 2021 DFB Guide. Now, the team and I might be known for our dining expertise, but that's not all we cover in this book. We're here to help you with all those decisions you're going to have to make on that dream Disney trip of yours, and we're going to make sure it's the best one ever. You can find the book at dfbstore.com. Don't forget to use code YouTube for a discount. Thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.